everyone, welcome to my review of The Lord of the Rings: The Two Towers. One thing that I've noticed when I say welcome to my review is it sounds like it's like welcome to a new country. The Two Towers. Oh yeah, New Zealand. Whoa, what if that's the secret message behind these movies? Whoa. Yeah, I think I'm getting a bit crazy right here. So, right after we left off in the Fellowship of the Ring, the Fellowship broke up. As well as Frodo and Sam now went on their own adventure to put the ring into Mordor. As you know, I loved the Fellowship of the Ring, but I do find that some of the character interaction in that movie was rushed. Here, do I feel that right? No. We start off with what could be one of the best opening scenes of all time that really shows how powerful Gandalf is, and it means a lot, and how Gandalf is so wise and cares more about the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the one. Gandalf really does that. So, that's what I like. One thing that I love about The Two Towers is we start off in one of the opening scenes that you can tell that this movie is more about survival. In the opening scene where Pippin and Merry were captured by the Uruk-hai, who were like, "Looks like meat's back on the menu, boys." So I love how basically when they're captured, Aragorn, Gimli, and Legolas are just after them. I like that. It addresses how this is more about survival to finish the quest and set up into Return of the King, which is what I like. Even though this is only about survival and taking back what has been lost in the Fellowship, it still creates its own new story, because from the aftermath of what happened there, we go to the Ents. We'll talk more about the Ents in a second. So I love the desperation between Frodo and Sam and how they're desperate they are. And then we get to Gollum. I absolutely love Gollum. The motion capture work on Gollum is incredible, and I absolutely love it. It's one of the most iconic things in my opinion. Andy Serkis' performance is great. It carries so much emotion and weight, and every character here has so much depth. There's this long and huge sense of friendship that you can just tell that now Frodo and Sam are kind of breaking up as well. I love how this is more about survival and set up for what could be the worst for Return of the King. That's what I love. So yeah, this movie is more about survival, about saving Rohan, and which is a plot that I absolutely love. I love the character interaction. You still have some of the friendship from the Fellowship of the Ring, and what I love is here you can really see throughout some of the experience that they have faced through here. You can see how each character changes, especially Frodo, and the burden of the ring, and how, the ring is like so heavy or something, and you can really feel the weight of the ring corrupting Frodo and their friendship. So one thing that I love about this movie is at the start they built up Frodo and Sam's friendship, and here it starts to go, but it does give some really entertaining lines, such as potato, something stew. Sorry. So those sequences were really entertaining, as well as that the Nazgul are on dragons now. It expands the universe very well, and that's what I absolutely love. And you can tell it's more about survival, but it's kind of setting up for the big finish, which is what I love. Quick soundtrack review. So the soundtrack was also very good. It took what was in the Fellowship of the Ring and added on with character and world building moments, and that's what I love. And overall, give the soundtrack a 10 out of 10. The thing about desperation is what I love is in this movie you can tell that some of the quick choices that will probably help for the short term are probably not going to help for the long term, and that's what I love. It deepens the characters and how they want something to happen, and if it doesn't happen, and how they're so desperate to just get help to finish what they need to get done, but it will have some consequences later, like Frodo and Sam choosing Gollum as the guide. And that's why Sam is such a great companion. The character interaction in this movie is terrific. It has some really cool humor, especially with Gimli, especially in the Battle of Helm's Deep, which is probably my favorite movie battle of all time. It's really great. It just it's filmed so well. The CGI and the VFX and the incorporation of that and new things in this movie is incredible. And that's what I love about this movie. I find out they did a great job with the Battle of Helm's Deep. It really conveys a sense of dread, and that there's a sense of, uh-oh, we're gonna be killed with that Uruk-hai. And then it all sets loose and that person shoots the arrow and it lands on that orb. That's what I absolutely love about this. If there's one teeny tiny problem that I have with this movie, it would be the ends. For the first half, it could feel kind of like it didn't sadly exactly advance the plot the most. I mean, sure, there was a they were pretty okay addition, and they did expand the universe. Saruman and Sauron's actions impacted like day-to-day people. In the Fellowship of the Ring, we didn't exactly get that. Here we do, but sometimes it could kind of draw the pacing to a close. But the second half with the ends, it got really good. And that's the first reason is why. I always love the tree. That's like kind of its bark is on fire, so it goes into the water for support. Yeah. I like Gandalf the White. If I were to choose to be friends with Gandalf the Grey and Gandalf the White, I'd probably rather be friends with Gandalf the Grey. But I still love Gandalf the White. Still wise. I like how his returning also deepens the mythology and how Gandalf wants to help, and that's also what I love in this movie. And I find that's done very well as introduce some new perspective on some plot lines from the first movie that I think were done very well. And overall, I'll give The Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers, an A+. It takes a character to deep, dark moments. It deepens the mythology and the characters. It deepens some things that were set up in the Fellowship of the Ring so well, including Aragorn and setting up for its path in Return of the King. With Arwen, it's one of the deep, and it's probably the darkest out of the trilogy, and it follows the whole trilogy standard format very well. That's what I love. Thank you.
Please click like and subscribe if you want to, and please tell your friends to join in as well. Thanks.